Hello, my name is Linda Jean Stokley. I'm going to be teaching an intermediate guitar lesson. This is a fiddle tune called Rats Gone to Rest. I learned it from the great fiddler George Lee Hawkins. This is a Bath County fiddle tune. I'll play it for you so you can hear the tune first. Again. Rats Gone to Rest. So, I've made a worksheet if you're a visual learner and you want something to kind of follow along to. I'm going to share my screen with you. You can pause this and write it down yourself, or you can just follow along with this video. I'm just going to be small up in the corner. So, Rats Gone to Rest. It's comprised of two parts. So, we're going to work on the A part first. And the way that I have this written out is a way that I love to teach all my students, especially visually, so I can keep reminding them that you've got this because you've got the first phrase. So the A part, you see D0, D open, D2. D open refers to the D string, D open. D2, we're going to be using our first finger as our guide. G open, G2, G4, B3, G4, G2, G open, G4, G2, G open, D2, and D2. I write this out somewhat like certain fiddlers might write out some things. But I think it's important to recognize that there's 4 phrases happening in the A part, but the beginning of every phrase is the exact same. The only thing is the ending. So if it helps at first, just to get the tune under your hands, the using down picks only and not worrying about alternate picking is totally fine. So for the A part, the first phrase, the first line is the second line is exactly the same except for the last 3 notes. You'll notice that the next 2 lines, the 3 and 4 phrase, what's happening there is you're just repeating everything that you just played. You have to find the patterns in fiddle tunes. And within every melody and song and style you're working on, it's important to remember that everything has a pattern to it. That's what makes it singable. So when you get more comfortable and you want to start adding alternate picking styles, the only thing that would be different rather than down, up, would be just at the very end of the phrases. The last two notes would be two downstrokes. I do this to emulate the fiddle. So it'd be like down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down. Because when the fiddle's playing it, they're playing da 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 up, up, da 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 up, up. And they're doing that so they can have a nice strong down bow. Unless you're a nut bow fiddler, then they're probably doing it backwards. But it gives it a nice solid down motion and an emphasis on those last two notes. It's kind of a cool, unique little thing about Kentucky fiddling, and it's a nice way to incorporate it into flat picking into the guitar. So the phrases 3 and 4, they're exactly like the first and second phrase. So you could play down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down. So you've got the entire A part. Now, if we go on to the B part, you'll notice there's more similarities. So with this phrase, when we start with the B part, we're going to use a different leading finger. So we're going to use our middle finger, and we're going to start on G4. So G4, B3. It's happening 3 times, just the same thing. First finger, B3 to 5. And then second finger, down, down. So the first and second lines of the B part. Now, the third phrase, third line, is exactly the same as the first. You can add 2 opens if you want there. Then you can play either open, open, or you can slide. That's another option. This isn't necessarily the way that I would play it every time through. It can be really fun to expand upon fiddle tunes. So if you have someone to play fiddle tunes with, I recommend always learning the chords to a tune. A lot of people kind of forget that step. So the way that I have the chords written out here is each of these letters that you see that are in their own grouping represents a boom chuck, boom chuck. 1 and 2 and that just refers to the boom chuck rhythm. If I was making a G chord, however you make your G chord, however you want to do it, 6th string, strum, 5th string, strum. Then the second grouping, where it's G, C with a dash, that just means we're going to split that bar with its time. So we're going to still play a G, and we're going to hit the 6th string, strum. Then we're going to immediately make a C chord, however you want to make a C chord, 5th string, strum. Then the third grouping, where it's just a G, same, 6, strum, 4, strum, 6 as in 6th string, the low E, 4 as in D, the 4th string. Then you see D and G grouped together, 4th string, strum, 6th string, strum. So the A part chords. that repeats. You can add walks. If you want to get fancy. Then the B part, G, G, C, G, 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 C, D, G. So if you have someone that you can play music with, if you're fortunate to have a guitar buddy, sit down and pass this melody along to one another and see what you can make of the basic melody of the tune, and then watch and listen to how the melody expands over time. The more comfortable you become with it, you can start adding these little idiosyncrasies and nuances that you have within your own playing to make it very specific to you, to take the tune and turn it into your tune. Thanks for watching.